In the grand tapestry of human existence, where lives intertwine and stories unfold, some moments captured in time become immortal, etched forever in our collective memory. And sometimes this immortality is achieved through a single, powerful photograph. These final images, often appearing ordinary at first glance, depicting everyday scenes and fleeting expressions, gain a haunting significance imbued with the weight of what is to come, a silent premonition. They stand as the last visual record, the final chapter of a life lived, a story concluded. They are not just pictures frozen in time, but windows into the final hours, the fading moments of icons, those figures we've placed on pedestals. They serve as stark reminders that mortality, the great equalizer, ultimately unites us all, regardless of fame or fortune. Today we embark on a somber journey to explore 7 such photographs, each carefully chosen, each a powerful memento mori, a tangible reminder of our own fleeting existence. We'll look beyond the dazzling facade of fame, the flashing lights and adoring crowds, and delve into the deeply human stories, the vulnerabilities and shared experiences behind these last frames, these final glimpses into lives lived on the edge of eternity. This is a journey into the thin veil, the delicate boundary between the seemingly ordinary moments, the everyday routines and simple joys, and the profound silence that inevitably follows, the quiet stillness that marks the end of all things. December 1980, New York City. The city was bustling with its usual frenetic energy, unaware of the tragedy that was about to unfold. A cold winter wind swept through the streets, carrying with it the promise of the holidays, a stark contrast to the darkness that was lurking just around the corner. John Lennon steps outside the Dakota, his iconic round glasses glinting in the winter sun. He was a beacon of hope and creativity, a symbol of peace in a world often torn by conflict. He pauses to sign an album, Double Fantasy, for a waiting fan, Mark David Chapman. An ordinary interaction, a simple act of kindness that would soon be overshadowed by unimaginable violence. The photograph captures Lennon's calm generosity, his willingness to connect with those who admired him. He always made time for his fans, treating them with respect and genuine warmth. He was utterly unaware of the darkness beside him, the simmering rage and twisted obsession that festered in the mind of the man holding the album. Hours later, Chapman waits in the shadows, a predator patiently stalking his prey. The Dakota's entrance, once a symbol of home and security for Lennon, becomes a stage for a horrific act. He ends Lennon's life with 4 shots, shattering the peace and silencing a voice that had inspired millions. The world would never be the same. The world is plunged into shock and grief, the news spreading like wildfire, leaving disbelief and devastation in its wake. Vigils, spontaneous gatherings of mourning fans begin to appear. Tributes erupt worldwide, a testament to the profound impact Lennon had on the global community. People from all walks of life united in their sorrow. Lennon was more than a musician. He was an icon, a cultural force. He was a symbol of hope and change, a voice for peace and love in a turbulent world. His message resonated deeply with generations. This final image is not just an autograph signing, it's a haunting reminder of lost potential. It is a chilling document of kindness before betrayal, a stark contrast between the artist's open heart and the fan's dark intent. It reminds us of the vulnerability of even our most beloved figures, the inherent risk that comes with fame and public life. The photo freezes the duality of human nature, the capacity for both extraordinary good and unspeakable evil. Creativity and love, the driving forces behind Lennon's life and work, shadowed by hatred and destruction, the forces that ultimately silenced him. It is the last quiet frame before the music stopped, a poignant reminder of a life cut short and a legacy that continues to inspire. September 1955, California. James Dean, the face of youthful rebellion, is photographed beside his silver Porsche Spyder, the little bastard. He's on his way to a race, exuding confidence and freedom. Hours later, a fatal collision ends his life at just 24. Dean's legend is cemented, his brief career immortalized by this final image. The car itself becomes infamous, rumored to be cursed. This photograph captures a young man on the edge of destiny, embodying speed, risk, and the tragic brevity of brilliance. November 2013, Paul Walker, star of Fast and Furious, is seen smiling in the passenger seat of a Porsche Carrera GT at a charity event. Minutes later, the car crashes at high speed, erupting in flames. Both Walker and his friend perish instantly. The world mourns the loss of a genuine car enthusiast and humanitarian. The final image freezes a moment of happiness, surrounded by friends and passion, just before tragedy. It's a stark reminder of how quickly joy can turn to irreversible loss. Amelia Earhart, aviation pioneer, stands beside her Lockheed Electra in New Guinea, 1937. Her last confirmed photograph. She's focused, preparing for a perilous flight over the Pacific. Earhart and her navigator vanish en route to Howland Island, no trace is ever found. Her disappearance becomes one of history's greatest mysteries. This image is a portrait of courage and ambition, a woman on the brink of legend and enigma. The Alaskan summer of 1992. A vast, unforgiving landscape stretches out, a siren song to those seeking solitude and challenge. It was here, in this remote wilderness, that Christopher McCandless, who adopted the alias Alexander Supertramp, ventured into the wild. He documents his journey, capturing a self-portrait outside his makeshift shelter, an abandoned bus that became his sanctuary and ultimately, his tomb. In his final days, gaunt but with a serene expression, he holds a note, a poignant message to the world he was leaving behind. The note reads, "I have had a happy life and thank the Lord." A simple yet profound declaration of contentment in the face of impending death. His final words, etched in ink, a farewell, goodbye and may God bless all. A benediction offered from the depths of the Alaskan wilderness. He was trapped by the unforgiving nature, the rising river cutting off his escape, and his body weakened by starvation, a consequence of his idealism. And so, he dies alone, in the heart of the Alaskan bush, far from civilization and the comforts of modern life. His story, a cautionary tale of adventure and self-discovery, was later immortalized in Jon Krakauer's book, and Sean Penn's film, Into the Wild. This final image, captured by his own hand, is not one of despair or regret, but of acceptance, a quiet surrender to the inevitable. It reveals a man at peace with his choices, however fateful, even as they lead inexorably to his end, a testament to his unwavering conviction. It's a haunting testament to the allure of the wild, the search for authenticity and the tragically fine line between courage and recklessness, a line McCandless ultimately crossed. Summer 2009. Michael Jackson, preparing for his This Is It comeback, is photographed during his final rehearsals. On stage, he's energetic and focused, directing dancers and perfecting his craft. 2 days later he's gone, his comeback silenced by a fatal overdose. These images capture not frailty but the enduring power of a performer in his element. They are the last record of his artistry, a glimpse of what the world was about to witness, and what it lost. November 22, 1963. President John F. Kennedy rides through Dallas, waving and smiling in his final photograph. Moments later, gunshots echo. Camelot ends in an instant. The image preserves a sunlit moment of hope, just before tragedy. Kennedy's assassination shocks the world, marking the end of an era. This last frame is a symbol of unfulfilled potential and the fragility of leadership. These 7 photographs are silent epilogues, final heartbeats of icons. They remind us that behind every legend is a human story, and that life can change in a single instant. These images force us to reflect on legacy, fate, and the moments we take for granted. They are the last light before darkness, urging us to cherish every fleeting second. The camera captures a moment, but its echoes can last for generations. If you found this video thought-provoking, like and subscribe for more stories that shape our world.